He's standing there with a book, and they saying that he was God, and I know that Elijah Muhammad was known as Robert Black when he was with Marcus Garvey, and he was working as a secretary out of his offices in Chicago. So I know that Elijah Muhammad was a conjure man out of Georgia, right? So I had to get my Georgia connection, which tied me to the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and Martin Luther King. Now remember, if you go back and look at the I Have a Dream speech, and then you go and look at the one I posted on my page where Martin is talking about going to collect a check, which that's right before the unveiling of the A-tone. I got to go through the check, and I got to show y'all how I had to read the signs and find out what it all mean and tie it all together, right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring it on home, because I went over what all of this memorabilia was as a traveler, right? Now, I'm a self-raised master, and I had to pick up all of my trophies, so to speak, for lack of a better way of putting it. But these was my breadcrumbs on my Hansel and Gretel journey, right? These was my breadcrumbs. And I had to get them all put together, and I had to find out what this whole suffering shit was all about. It was about us having to learn how to rebuild families. So it's my job from here to teach everybody how to rebuild families. As a self-raised master, I got to teach us how to build the temple of man. That's what I got. That's my job from here forward. So whatever I do from here, the mission involves me building the temple of man. So now, let me make sure I don't got nothing else that I want to touch on before I get to the, we had to do our Islamic studies on the goddess Alat. Now, I was telling y'all Alat preceded Allah in Islam, but when the invaders came, Allah became the father of Alat and the god. That is a severing of the head. Remember when I showed y'all the swords? The swords meant they had cut the head off. They had replaced her. They had replaced the seat. So the real high seat of heaven is in Chicago, where I was born in the city of Wynn, where I was in Jewtown, where Big Mama christened me Baron Samadi, which means the Baron of the car, the one that can navigate the crossroads, the one that can navigate the cross, which bound me to another lower, because you can't have one without the other, which was the Maman Brigitte, right? When Maman Brigitte came across through the Bear Clan as we made the connection. But Maman Brigitte is the counterpart to Baron Samadi. Now, they the patron saints of the orphans and the mixed seed children. Y'all got to understand what they are. And I posted that on my pages a couple years ago, and I done reposted it a couple times trying to let everybody see what they was really dealing with. I'm the real shit. I'm the real shit. I put all this shit back together. They took it apart. One of the elders said, they stole it, you must return it. I'm going to show y'all the family crest again, because I think I'm in love with this shit. Mama guided me to build a family crest by conquering every fucking article of wisdom. That's what they call collecting the Buddhist scroll. This is the Buddhist scroll. Right here's the Buddhist scroll in this, actually. Because this is where I had to find my way in the book of life. Then I had to discover who had the A-tone. I ended up in the Nubian nation, and they was the ones who had the A-tone. And they told me that when I become Master of Masters, Thoth himself incarnate, Solomon, the wisest man in the world, I had to write a receipt. So once I write the receipt, you know the receipt is verified if I can produce the A-tone that I got as the Amun from the Nubian nation of Moors, who picked it up from the, if you could see it right in there, the nation of gods and earths, because you got your 7 right here on this side of the heart. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The King Arthur, I had to go get the Excalibur, and it was stuck in a stone that no man could remove except the one with the holy blood, because I had the blood of the Queen Scotta right here, you know. And then I had to go capture Sophia. What is Sophia? That's the highest pinnacles of wisdom. That means that this girl had to be a bad motherfucker in order to capture me, because I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born. But mama said, if you have doubt, sometimes you got to take a chance. I said, well, make sure that's how I know her then. And when mama left, she said, okay, baby, those are the chances that you take. So when she told me, I knew who the fuck she was. Mama told me. So she tattooed my totem on my right shoulder. This is my breastplate. This is the family crest. This is a breastplate. This background. This is the last Valentine's card I couldn't give her. That's the last Valentine's card I couldn't give her. Look. And she had the two bears tattooed. Remember, I tied y'all to the Red Clan through the bears. Through Sugar Bear, Mary and Suge Knight. How the fuck did Puffy know? How the fuck Puffy know? 22 years ago, how did Puffy know Suge was going to be going to prison for the rest? That's planned. That's scripted. But look, I had to master the 7 chakras. I had to break the chains. See? So the chain was broke. I couldn't get it fixed because the place where I get it fixed closed down. Ain't that something? You know? So being as it was the Black Rose, right? I was the Black Rose. I'm going to find that for y'all in a minute so y'all know about the Black Rose. And that's because I got those raps out of Chicago, right, from Common. Common gave me those raps in the song called On the Corner, where he tied me back to the last poets and locked me back in the hip-hop loop. He locked me into a hip-hop loop. The hip-hop loop that went from Chicago to New York to L.A. to Houston to San Antonio to Dallas to New Orleans to Atlanta up to Memphis over to St. Louis back down to Florida. He locked me in a loop. So then that's how I knew about the Black Rose, right? And then I was inspired to write a poem called The Rose, because she my rose, right? That's how I see her, as just the resurrection. This shit, the resurrection. Look, the 5-point star. That shit wasn't even scripted. I just realized it was there, which is also a 5-leaf clover. If you thought a 4-leaf clover was lucky, motherfucker, check up on the 5th. But that's the 5. That's the blood, right? That means that she had me confirmed by everybody on her side. They said, that's a solid motherfucker. Keep him. Everybody she sent to test me said, that's a solid motherfucker. Keep him. Right? So I went through it. That's how I had to get Thor's hammer. How do you get Thor's hammer? Thor is the oldest. Look at the 2 wolves. Right? I gave her 2 puppies. This is Bella and Malachi. Right? Represented by the 2 wolves. I'm a bad motherfucker. Look. Time. This is a family crest. Ain't make no mistake about it. I didn't even know. So the Queen having the nerve said, put the family back together. That's what she said. We can go ask her. Queen Mother Isis, the Black Madonna, who sits on the Queen's seat. And the Queen's seat is in Mas Mariama, where we established the Caliphate. There's only one family at a house. Right, Farrakhan? You can tell them now. I figured it all out. I'll put it all back together. All over the world to get the pieces, but I got them. I got them. I got them. I told y'all, I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born. Ain't nobody can handle this. Ain't nobody can handle this. Look. Motherfucking Sanbone Zachariah right here. Motherfucking Bankai, motherfucker. Bullshitting with you, player. I know what's up. Blessed with the key of eternal life. Blessed with the key of eternal life. Solomon, I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born. It's all right here. So let's go back, and we got to get to these Islamic studies so I can show y'all how they replaced her. Because we got to restore the Caliphate correctly. So I can't give y'all no misinformation or no BS. I got to be able to show y'all. So I went to our good old trusty public friend Wikipedia. And they got this little layout right here on Alat. Now, I'm going to focus primarily on the stellar relief first. Right? I want y'all to see what the pictures say. Now, when you look at the picture, what is that? That's a lion. Remember? The Leo? Now look. See that? Islam more. You see that? Islam more. Right? Look. Olive branch. Peace. She come bringing peace. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice for everybody. We balancing the scales of might here, y'all. I'm bringing the balance to all of us by making all the right moves. Now, she's standing on Leo. All of this I read about in my book of life. Now, as I go through here, let me back up, and I go down some more, it go over a couple things that got my attention. So I want to point them out to you. It says there are two possible etymologies of the name Al-Lat, right? Medieval Arab lexiconographers derived the name from the verb lata, to mix or knead, barley, meal, right? So we talking about the kneading or the mixing of barley. This is the formation of man from corn. This the children of the corn. This is my Malachi reference. Remember, the children of the corn, knead, barley, meal. This is that's what they made from. Or that's what the word means, to mix. So now, what do it say in the Quran? Man is made from a single clot, congealed. That's what it's talking about. And it also has been it has also been associated with the idol of jealousy, erected in the temple of Jerusalem, according to the book of Ezekiel. Now, Ezekiel was supposed to be before the Arabic language was in full usage, and they had no religious structure under Midian and Ishmael that was the same as of Islam of today. They had a whole different system. They called it a totem tribal system. All right, but this was under Ezekiel, who was Babylonian, Akkadian, partial Hebrew, Ezekiel. Right? But that's not really what it was, but the story they give us. That's the story they tell us. Which was offered an oblation of barley meal, that's the beer sacrifice, by the husband who suspected his wife of infidelity. Now he got to go bribe her to tame his wife, right? It can be inferred from Al-Khalib's Book of Idols that a similar ritual was practiced in the vicinity of the idol of Al-Lat. So now they talking about already that there's some Book of Idols written by somebody named Calbes or Cabes, right? Talking about Al-Lat being appeased and keeping the woman in check as the idols. Now, as we scroll down some more, I'm gonna have to pause for a second here, show y'all. Now, notice this say pre-Islamic era. Alat was mentioned in as Alat by the Greeks. The historian Herodotus in the 5th century BC worked histories, and she considered the equivalent of Aphrodite. Remember, Aphrodite is the Roman, or is the Greek version of, no, it's the Roman version of Isis, who became known as Aset, or, look, the Assyrians called Aphrodite Mylitta. The Arabians, Al-Ilat, right? So they call her the moon goddess, right? According to Herodotus, now this is the Greek philosopher Herodotus, the ancients believe in only two gods. They believe there's no other gods except Dionysus. That's the male god of debauchery and drinking. Left-hand path, he is basically a Mac. He a smooth dude. He's a lover, and he like to play the field. That's Dionysus, and then Aphrodite, who as they saying is Alat. You know. So as it goes through the story, a couple of things stick out to me as I go down a little further. This word right here. Tamalat, that's Tiamat. Tiamat is a Sumerian name for earth. So now we're talking about Mother Earth. We back to the Queen of Heaven and Earth again. We talking about Mother Isis again. Right? So, this is showing you that the reason that the family is interrupted, Islam is over here. That's not Islam they practicing over there. The Nation of Islam got the real shit. I'm just reading the signs. Now, in comes Islam, and Alat becomes the idol. Now, watch what happened, because she had to be, it had to be two maidens, right, with her. Remember, see, my crest had the two swords, right? So she had to give them the blessing. Now, watch this. And you see the lion? And the lady standing on the lion? You see? This is the revelation of motherfucking Christ right here. It's Mother Khadijah. Mother Khadijah is the real Khadijah. She the mother of the faithful. She is the one who belongs on the Isis seat. That's the Black Madonna. Y'all getting deceived. I'm just saying, y'all being deceived. Y'all don't gotta believe me. Right? So now, when we go from there, and we know that Alat preceded Allah and was undermined, now we know why we was using those methods. Because now, if Allah being undermined, or Alat is being undermined, she's been replaced. Now remember, every time I told you they was talking about, excuse me, y'all. Every time I told y'all she was talking about severing somebody's head, they wasn't always talking about literally chopping their head off. They was talking about replacing them. Right? This our shit. This our shit. Now I didn't provide everything needed to prove I am who I say I am. I did what I said I was going to do. We won this shit. I broke all the chains. I collected all the keys, popped all the locks. I rebuilt the family. I'm ready to go home now. Right? I'm ready to leave the temple and go home now. I'm ready for this to be done. So now, the last thing left. Now, the A-tone, right, is the last thing left. Now, we're talking about the At-Time, or the Octane, the unknown God, that which before was unknown. This motherfucker in front of you is being made known. The Atun, the unknown God, becomes the Aten, the emotive, active God, the one that's out there doing this shit now. I asked everybody to do some God, show me some God shit. They all had the opportunity to show me some God shit, and they just kept doing this mortal shit. I don't mind them saying they God, but I done showed y'all some God shit today. I done showed y'all some God shit. This is the third day. This is the resurrection. I am the way. I am the motherfucking truth. I am the light. I'm the motherfucker that shines in the dark, and the dark can't understand how this nigga can do this shit. It don't make sense. I followed all of the signs. I done been confirmed by everybody. So now, the last thing I got to do before I play the A-tone is I have to validate the receipt. Now remember, let me show y'all again. Once I done go through all of that, verify that I am the Atum, that has subdued the serpent, right? Once I done that, the only thing left is for the one, look at the one red feather, right? Nubians right here, right? Now, telling me the A-tone, right, after the receipt. Write a receipt. Show them the receipt. Now, in order for you to know how I got the receipt, you got to know how where the mirror was at. Martin Luther King was the mirror. Martin Luther King was the mirror for the receipt. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, because after he met Elijah Muhammad and was turned on by that fire in Claire Muhammad, then you understand what was taking place. See, I had to go through all of this stuff to find out how does all this work and how do we get out of this condition, right? So now, all of these oxymorons and different things don't always make sense, right? They don't always make sense. So I got to go and investigate, because you can't just tell me anything. You might think I'll believe you, but I'm going to go look that shit up. I'm going to go look it up. I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born. As soon as I remember what I came over here to show y'all. So we came over here, okay, to adjust the receipt. And I was going to show you okay, let's go back. So today, I put up some posts. One of them was a post about, I don't have to do that. I already made them connections. Okay, now, so what I got to do now is I got to go deal with this receipt. So I got to show you the Martin Luther King video. Because Martin Luther King was the one who told me about the receipt. Now, how did I derive, while I'm going to Martin, so I can just play what he say and then go to decoding the receipt. Martin met Elijah after Malcolm was gone, and Elijah lit a fire in his ass. And as a result, Martin found out some things about them stealing from us over here as far as the land was concerned. And so we get over here, Don King, because I had to give y'all the 3 kings that preceded the son, right? Now here go Martin. Now I'm just gonna let it play because I want y'all to hear what it say. Oh man, it didn't even show up. Alright. Oh, that sucked. So now I do gotta play it now. Because it didn't come through on the video. Yeah, it didn't come through in the video. So I had to go back and play the video. So now in real live time, y'all get to see me pull the Martin Luther King video up where he gave me the mirror that told me to write a receipt to balance the books. Now I'm going to show y'all how the shyster contacted me today and tried to shice me. And that's what set me in the position to make what you call the 50-50 contract, which is the 50-50 is the balancing of the books. It's the balancing of the books. That's the 50-50